Your light repels their darkness and will turn those away who come after you, pointing them in another direction. Your light is going to control the situation. And when I say light, your attitude is going to control the situation. Light is attitude. Light is positive thoughts, positive thinking, positive energy, positive vibration. Light is good things, good acts, good behavior. In God, there is only light and there is no darkness at all. You have to reach a level to where you become like God. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. That's what it says, the book says. So you have to say the affirmation that my thoughts are God's thoughts. My thoughts are God's thoughts. It's going to be the light in you that repels the darkness in them, the demonic forces that are attached to them, the bad energy that they may have. Got people in this program, in this gang stalking simulation, behaving in ways that let you know they're of a certain group. They're showing you the fruits of their labor, rotten fruit. Shout out to one of my subscribers. They put me on to that. They put in the comments, yeah, we see the rotten fruit. They bear rotten fruit. It's falling to the ground, turning straight to mush and applesauce, but not the kind you can eat or you'd want to eat. When you have, right, people who are following you and doing the stalking, right? Or when you have people who are doing things you don't like, when you have people that are doing the street theater, rushing you, getting in your personal space, doing things that basically try to keep you on edge, make you uncomfortable, these things irritate a person over time. They cause you to develop irritability. They cause you to be angry towards random people, towards the public. They cause you to have a certain preconceived idea about what's going to happen to you when you step outside. They cause you to have to grow to have an understanding and to have to accept that you're going to have to understand that when you go out, you have a different experience. You don't have the same type of outgoing as everybody else does. And at first that may seem very negative to you. At first that may seem very harmful, very challenging, very damaging. Why me? Why do I have to go through this? What did I do? Why am I having to experience these things while everybody else seems to just be enjoying their life, having friends, being able to socialize? Being able to be in groups where there are other people and they can have friends. You can have friends, you just have to choose your friends very wisely, very carefully, and very specifically. They have to be like-spirited people and also like-minded people. You can't just choose anybody because the average person is fake today. The average person does not mind not keeping it real, or just may not be able to. They just may not be in them. They may not have learned how to do that yet. They may not have elevated to that level of growth yet. And you can't be around to figure out when it's going to happen. But the light in you is going to repel their darkness. Negative things they may have to say. The negative things that they may do. I'm going to need you to do this right here, right? Think about this. You have people that you have people who may try to force themselves on you. You have people who may get weird with you. You have people who may try to administer no-touch torture or some type of no-touch crime, some type of offense to where they don't even have to put hands on you. You may resent these people. You may hate these people. You may grow some type of bad energy for them. And you may start to have automatic responses, aka negative reactions to what they're doing. And that can be very detrimental, even down to the thought. And here's why. Because your light is going to repel their darkness. It's the love is going to be a shield for you. The faith is going to be a shield for you. And the stronger it gets, the stronger the stronger your repellent, your narc repellent is going to be. I should just call this video narcisside. Straight up, should go to the narc repellent, baby. All right, but just like how your light repels their darkness, the negative energy that you have for them is going to sync you up with them. It's going to line you up with them. Some of these people that you're synced up with and lined up with, some of them may even be due to past negative experiences and thoughts that you've gathered, accumulated, created, haven't deleted or reprogrammed your mind yet. You have all these negative thoughts. You have all these negative ways you feel about people because of how you've been misused and abused by the public. I've said it. Yep. The public can be very abusive to certain people. But you're going to have a level of light that can keep all that darkness away from you. All the stress, the anxiety, the negativity, the feelings of hatred and worry, being mad. Go out, you can't even enjoy yourself. They got you programmed to have a negative automatic response. They got you on negative auto response. And if that's not a thing, I'm coining that phrase right now. They program you to be on the defensive. It's probably just called that, but I'm calling it negative auto response. They got you automatically responding or reacting negatively to what they're doing. And that's not something you want to do. That's why you want to have light in you, so that way you can respond the way you're meant to, the way that's actually going to get you the result you want. If there's no darkness in you, that means there's not going to be able to, there can't be any darkness in your interactions with other people. That hatred that you let go for that person, that negative thought that you don't think when people do things that you don't like, that's going to be a repellent. That's going to be a shield. That's going to separate you from anything you could possibly end up lined up, linked up, synced up with them for any kind of way. Because for people to line up and sync up, they have to, first it has to be some type of energetic link, an energetic bridge, hate to hate. All these MFers, these this, these that, these thinking all that stuff, you're attracting situations and people and places for you to go for all those things to happen. But when you stop thinking And this is why God tells you to love your enemies. It's not so you could be lovey-dovey and hugged up with them and have people around you that are crapping on you and belittling you and treating you bad. It's so that way you can be at peace. It's so that way you can stay in heaven. You can stay in a greater state of mind. You can attract better things. You can have life and live it more abundantly, instead of having an abundance of the wrong things. So we have abundance, but how are we using it? How's our abundance being directed? Is it being misdirected? Have we been misled to manifest negative things that we don't want to experience? And if you have an attitude towards these kinds of people, you're going to keep attracting them in your life. It's going to be a magnet for them. But that love, all right, that light, those positive thoughts towards those people, is going to repel them. They're going to be looking for, the spirit on them is going to be looking for something in you that's not there. It's going to be looking for you, and it's going to be like, and they're going to have to go the other way. Some people envision white pyramids around themselves. Some people envision white shields around themselves, emitting powerful light rays of radiation. As wild as this sounds, your thoughts are very powerful. There's a physical realm, there's a spiritual realm, and there's a thought realm. Your thoughts are like this table right here. Your thoughts are like physical things. But you sometimes people don't view it that way because they haven't had science class for like how many years, and they forget these things. People get told these things, or people may see a video and it's like it doesn't have a profound, long-lasting effect on them. They hear it, oh, that's cool. They're unaware of how to use it, or unaware of knowing how powerful their thought is and what they can actually do once they figure that out. That's how you manifest, because your thoughts are physical things. You focus on the thought long enough, it leaves the thought realm and comes into the physical realm. Whether it hits the spiritual realm first or the thought realm first, whichever order that is, I'll probably have to figure that out, whichever one is first. But it's most likely the spiritual, the thought, then the physical. So spiritually, you have a divine self. That's where your downloads come from, and that's where your thought realm picks up on what you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to have, the things that you're passionate about, your goals, your calling, your dreams, the things that you want to do. That's what connects you to that. That's why you feel you're supposed to be doing something in the first place. That's the closest thing you're going to have to God. That's how you experience God, is by tapping into the spiritual realm. And then you have positive thoughts that you get downloads from that realm, and they help you do well in the physical realm. So when you have negative thoughts towards others, all that is skewed. You're skewed in the spiritual, you're skewed in the physical. I mean, the thought realm, and you're definitely going to be skewed in the physical. You're going to have a bad, nasty attitude towards people. You're not going to be a loving person. Yes, they might be able to try to turn you into that, but it's up to you to not let that happen. You have to not let them turn you into that hateful person, that spiteful person, that petty person, that angry, quick to angry person, that person that's just ready to fly off the handle. You have to fight to not be turned into that. That's their goal. Your goal is to overcome this, override this mentally, and overcome it, and show that you're stronger to yourself, to your mind, to the people that are doing these things, that you're more powerful than them. And it's the power and the presence and the strength of God in you, Art. It's the power and the presence and the strength of God in you. So it still is you in a sense. All right, and more of a sense than you might understand. People are God more than they'll ever realize, and a lot of people don't want to accept that because they don't want to take the responsibility, and they don't want to also take into consideration that they're the devil too. God and the devil is the same one. You could either be God or you could be the devil. You could either think good or you could either think bad. You could either do good or you could either do bad. You could either do good or you could either do bad. You are both God and the devil in your own life. That's why on the cartoons they'll have the good angel and the bad angel. You go with your good side or you go with your bad side. And most people end up going with their bad side, and they don't realize why they keep having bad situations, bad interactions, meeting up with bad people, having the things that they consider bad happening to them. But when you see people who are doing things that you don't like, or it's something that you assume that you don't like, and you may just assume that this is what they're doing due to the spells and the tricks that have been played on your mind, due to the mind control that these people try to put on you, and put these spells on you with these types of attacks in the first place. You may have had maybe a good amount of people do this to you in your neighborhood for you to be sensitized to this type of behavior, for you to now think that when other people go to be regular or normal around you, that you may have to think twice and really consider, is this person doing this or not? They may have you thinking that other people are doing things to you when these people are just normally actually just going around living their life. But due to the fact that you've been sensitized to these types of things and these types of behavior, it could be that, it could be not. But there are times where you're on point because through discernment, luckily God blesses us with discernment, so that way we know for the most part if somebody is doing something or not, if somebody's being weird or not. There's instances where we may get a situation wrong, where we thought someone was doing something but they weren't. But most of the times, your intuition, your discernment, your instincts, your higher self, the God in you, most of that is on point. All right, always on point. And that's why the light in you will repel the darkness, because just like all that negativity will attract that and gravitate those situations towards you, and even make those situations worse. Due to past experiences, they programmed you to be on an auto negative response, reactionary response. So you're automatically negatively reacting to situations to where you may not even be thinking, because it's like they programmed you with their mind control to automatically just handle it this way, and that's it. So you can be programmed to handle things a certain type of way, and you could also actually become addicted to handling things a certain type of way due to the neurological pathways that your thoughts take. Your thoughts take, just like you travel, just like you hop in your car, get on the freeway, hit the exit, and go to a lovely beach vacation that you very well much deserve. Your thoughts hop in whatever, and they travel down the pathway, and they lead to where they go, and they lead you to where you go. So you have to direct your thoughts, because in a sense your thoughts are directing you. That's why you have to work your mind. That's why you have to that's why he who tills his land will have plenty of bread. You work your mind because your mind's going to work for you. You got to program your mind, because whatever you program your mind with, that's what you're going to experience. That's what you're going to have. All right, so they'll actually start to turn in another direction. People who used to linger around you, people who used to be weird and all up in your energy field, they're actually going to start to give you some space, because they can't withstand how powerful God is. If they're coming around to do that, or if they're coming around and their energy isn't right, they're not going to withstand that. People have gotten in their car, like people will get in their cars and they'll still be there. They'll still try to monitor you or whatever, but they're gonna have to do it from a distance. They're gonna have to do it from all the way over there in the parking lot. They're not gonna be able to be like directly all up on you, trying to make you all uncomfortable, and the situation is weird. So you'll actually start to see people giving you space. You'll actually start to see these spirits taking these flesh sacks someplace else. All right. You'll see them giving you your space. You'll see them backing off of you, and this is how you repel energy vampires, narcissists, people who are possessed, got demons on them, wanting to get all up close to you because they see the light, they feel the light, or they feel the positive energy. Now it's time to reveal the light. Once you reveal that light to them through positive thinking, through recognizing the power and presence of God in them, recognizing the good in them, recognize, not, not saying somebody walk up to you with a chainsaw, I recognize the good in you. Not saying that. What I am saying is, when you have those who are behaving strange, covertly, passive aggressively, wanting to upset you, wanting to burn you up, wanting to cause you to be heated. All right, you can redirect your energy by thinking different thoughts. You don't have to think thoughts that are going to turn you into the type of person that they want. They want to try to change your mind and cause you to think negative thoughts, harmful thoughts, so that way that will change your mood. It'll put you in take you from a loving mood, turn you to a fighting attitude. Now you saying, man, I could do this and I could do that and blah blah blah. That's going to attract negative situations for you. That's going to attract negative problems for you to end up getting into situations where you have heated arguments, or where you have fights, or where you have problems with people. And you don't need any of that, because I keep hearing people say nobody's fighting anymore. So whatever. I'm not dealing with any of that anyway. Only thing I'm dealing with is what I want to experience. All right, and whatever I don't want to experience is stripped away, dropped away, and God's gonna handle it anyway. All right, so keep focusing on positive things. Keep focusing on the light within you. Keep transmutating. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure if it's transmuting or transmutating, but either way, keep changing your energy to positive from negative, because the more negative energy you hold within you, the more you're going to attract with somebody who has that same amount of energy within them. All right. That's why you don't want to think like that. And that's why when you think the opposite of that, you think positive, you attract people with that same energy in them too. And that's what you want. You're going to want people who have the same type of energy as you. That's who you're going to want to attract. That's why you're going to want to change your thoughts and think differently. You want to attract people who are business minded. You want to attract people who are like spirited. You want to attract people who can help you get to higher levels in life. You want to keep attracting the same type of people because you're thinking the same type of thoughts. You start to change your mind, you start to think different, opportunities open up for you. You meet different people, you meet new people. People who you never come across will start to come across you and come into your reality. And on top of that, all the people that you don't want to experience, because you're not thinking things about them that you don't want. You're not thinking, oh, I got to experience this person. Oh, I got to deal with this person. Oh, I got to deal with their negativity. Oh, you don't have to deal with any of that. Your perception is your protection. You need to focus on the light within you. You deal with that. Deal with things from the point of view you want to deal with them from, not the point of view others want you to deal with them from. That way you're not giving them an unnecessary amount of power. You're keeping it for yourself. You got to be selfish with your power. God is a jealous God. All right? So, and that's why when you don't think the way you're supposed to think, you don't have the type of experience that you're supposed to have. And that's in any type of experience, your prayer life, your any kind of life. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light.